weather today. It's actually drizzling ever so slightly. Let's see if it stops. Alright, what did I read today? I guess this first one was kind of interesting and kind of surprising in many ways. Apparently a DJI store got robbed and they just did it so brazenly, I guess you could say. This one says, search underway for 2 people who stole drones from Scottsdale business. Officials in Scottsdale are asking the public for help as they search for a man and a woman accused of taking off with a few drones worth about $5,000. Owners of the DJI Scottsdale say they are in shock following the incident. I was here, one of my colleagues, Hunter, was there as well. He witnessed one of the individuals grab the drones and run out. That seems like it's literally what happened. They just went in there, just grabbed it off the shelf or whatever and just took off with it. They tried to catch them, but with no luck because they said everything was pretty much planned and coordinated on where the car was. Ahmed says the incident happened in the middle of the day. The suspects were coming in and out of the store all afternoon. They had come in and out of the store that afternoon, claiming that one of them had a broken finger and was waiting on an appointment at the physical therapist next door. When they rushed out with the drones, Ahmed says he and his colleagues immediately ran after them but couldn't catch them in time. They had a car waiting in the parking lot, jumped in, and they were out there, he said. The drones stolen were a Mavic 2 Pro and a Mavic 2 Zoom. It's a loss that Ahmed says has been hard on a small business. He has filed a police report, and at this point he is just hoping that someone will be able to find them. I was thinking too bad they didn't have a demo drone or something like that all set up and ready to go. They could have just flew up there, go after them, at least get the license plate of the car. Man, how can you have that much guts to steal something like that, just like that in broad daylight, so, again, brazenly? And the other interesting thing I read relates to all this news about GameStop and Wall Street, about those stock tradings. Have people read about that? Essentially, I guess the nutshell way of explaining it is, apparently there were investors that dumped the stock GameStop. They basically sell video games because they basically banked on the fact that if they sell now at a higher price, it's going to drop and then they can buy it back later at a lower price, so they're making a profit. So basically tons of them, I guess you could say, wealthy people, according to the story, did this. And so all the smaller guys, I guess, the small retail investors or whatever you want to call it, saw this and they're like, oh yeah, let's all buy this stock. And the stock went up crazy. And because of this, they lost billions, like those people who sold the stock. There's a whole fascinating story to this too. Like apparently one of the apps called the Robinhood, it says here, Robinhood has stopped allowing users to buy GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and Nokia stocks because it was more than just this stock that people were doing this to, which raised the question, hey, what's going on? Is it only because those rich people, so to speak, are losing money that you're blocking them from doing this? Whereas the other way around, when they're making money off, like I guess you could say, poorer people, it's okay. Although there's some legality to it, like everyone, I guess you could say, partnering up to do this. Oh, and it did start raining. So anyways, with the story, essentially people were holding on to their stocks as well. So that way, again, I guess people couldn't buy it back and the price just keeps going up and up with people still buying and all that. But then I guess it's kind of interesting reading this story. This one says, San Antonio 10-year-old cashes in on GameStop stocks he was gifted 2 years ago. When Jaden Carr unwrapped his GameStop shares his mom gifted him for Kwanzaa 2 years ago, neither mother nor son expected he'd eventually be in the middle of a stock surge. Stock talk this week are centered on the small investors, but Jaden might be the smallest and youngest, at least in San Antonio. He became a GameStop shareholder on December 30th, 2019 when he was 8, long before Reddit users combined and skyrocketed the prices of the struggling gaming company's shares from single to triple digits, blindsiding Wall Street. So the kid got lucky here, I guess you could say. It says, Nina bought Jaden 10 GameStop shares for $6 each and printed off a certificate she found online to give him something to unwrap. The smile he flashed in 2019 holiday photo is even bigger now after selling for a little under $3,200 Wednesday morning. And of course she was asking him if he wanted to sell because she was trying to tell him it's unusual and all that. And from a lot of the stuff you would read online, they were saying don't sell. It was more the fact, I guess, from what I read anyways, to spite like some of the investors. But I guess he sold it, and with that he can buy things like a new computer and all that apparently. Not a bad return of investment overall. Although it will be fascinating to see how this story actually turns up overall. Just in terms of things like platforms stopping, I guess you could say, the small guys from trading in this sense. Will the company actually get fined as well? People even mentioned, it shows you the power, I guess, nowadays of things like the internet just to get people together. You can all coordinate to do stuff like this. I mean, there are more small little people, so to speak, than say a big, huge business person. It's just that people need to gather up if they really want to do something, I guess you could say, make a change. if I can sneak a flight in here since it's not raining in this area. Alright, see you guys later.